Well, I thought I read that originally that the diamond was 50,000 added. Yeah. Is that right, Vincent? The diamond's 50,000 added, correct?
25, yeah,
It's
I thought
25.
so. Yeah.
Wow, wow.
Yep.
Oh, it's just a Puerto Rico that's 50, I guess.
Yes, just the Puerto Rico was 50,000 added, and I think it. I'll take a look at it if I can get it as soon as I can get online. Try to get online here and just not letting me get on the. Oh boy, how come I can't do? Oh, it's their Caesars Resorts. There we go. Well, Masato's ready to break the balls here. Are we on?
Yeah, game number 3. I'm sticking to the standard break here that most would use playing 10 ball, but with the template is what these guys are really more used to.
He's got a nice opening shot,
Yeah,
but it's for his opponent. He broke dry.
Yeah, didn't make one. So Eric will have to settle himself here. Made some nice shots in the last game. Got a little funny on a combo.
Well, I'm not sure how accustomed Eric is to playing on the stream table. But like I said, in Chandler and Phoenix and Gilbert, where he plays quite a bit at Main Street, he's pretty hot. He's been playing very well.
He's got some work here. He's got to get across for the 4. He can play a little thinner on the 4 and go back and forth for the 5, or he could stun all the way across. Looks like he's hitting a high ball.
Yeah. He didn't cut that other ball early enough either. Earlier.
He's going to maybe slow Masato down here a little bit, being elevated over the 4. He's going to see if the 4 passes by the 5. It looks like it does to me. So being elevated, he's going to try and possibly use the natural angle to come across for short side on the 4.
It's going to be awful tight going by the 5.
Key to this format, and one of the keys to this format, it's a tough format, I think, is to be able to get comfortable, loose, you might say, in these short races, and without making any big, huge errors. You're going to have errors, but you're going to have some that really stand out in these races to 4.
And they're magnified because of the short race, too.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, he's already flirted with the shot clock a little bit, so he's got to pay attention to that. Heavy spin needed here.
Yeah, cue ball's going tracking towards the side, but it's kind of spinning away from it.
Good solid hit there. Don't know if he can hit the top side and really make the cue ball escape. He may have to drop down by the 9 with the cue ball here. Cross corner bank really doesn't lead to position at all.
No, because the cue ball goes to the upper left.
You'd like to go up table with the cue ball, but not sure if he's double banked that on purpose. Never really trying to make the ball.
Look at that cue ball speed. It travels.
Touchy shot here as well.
Yeah. He can see it with a little bit of inside English. He may be able to come below the side pocket for cover with the 5 and the 8. Oh, he went the other way.
Yeah, and I like that route. He just hasn't gotten a hold of the speed of the table yet.
Well, the way I kind of pointed out would have probably pushed that ball into the 9 and possibly pocketed it, and you could be in trouble.
Yeah, maybe the cue ball, you mean?
Sure, yeah. The cue ball would have pushed the ball in.
I think the 6 is out of the way to go back and forth here for the 4. So real natural, just a high ball. He put a lot into that.
He's gonna get behind the 5 here.
Yeah.
Rails are lively, and the cloth rolls nice. I mean, it's pretty quick.
Yeah, when he released that, though, I thought it was a little heavy. Maybe a little early nerves. And maybe he was worried about hitting that 6 with the cue ball. A lot of times the guys will put a little more into it, trying to make sure the cue ball deflects on the line that they want. Looks like Meek Eminem has gotten a forfeit there in round number 1.
Yeah, he was actually the scheduled match. Well, here's a nice bank shot for the side pocket, and from there, things should open up pretty nice. I think he can hold the cue ball for the 5.
Well, it looks like he's rolling it. May offer
Yeah,
the
if he's
ball
going to
go
hold the cue
long a
ball,
little
yeah.
bit. Okay, nice shot.
Yeah.
Actually kind of hit a high ball, like a hydraulic to hold the cue ball. So good chance for Eric to get on the board here in game number 3. It is winter break, so get a few things going.
One of the things about the winter break is 10 balls do count on the break. What else do we have there? Early 10 balls on the combo are a win, where later on in the next tournament they won't be.
Yeah, we'll have a few rules changes for our first event to the Predator World 10 ball.
When we get down to the last 16 players in this tournament, which is a long way from today, but it'll go down to a single elimination. Meanwhile, they're playing double elimination, and so.
Yeah, he definitely wanted more out of that, so he's got to make a pretty good shot on the 8, not only pocketing the ball, but maneuvering the cue ball for the 9. Probably draws to the side rail here, most would.
Yeah, I would think
Could
so.
drift straight on the 9, though.
Yeah,
all right, good stroke there.
Yep. And that was just that, a really, really nice stroke.
Yeah, real calm stroke. Another good one. Getting used to the table a bit.
Yeah, he got great. From where he was, he did a good job to get where he's at. And closes it out for his first win.
That's the one thing about the new felt.
Charlton will be breaking the balls here, trailing 1-2 in a race to 4. Remember the 10 ball counts on the break. That came out pretty nice. Nothing bumped it. Stayed good. I don't think he's made a ball on the break, and I don't believe there's an open shot on the 1. But he's got a rail first.
Maybe. That 5 looks out there a ways to me. The TV kind of tells you maybe he's got the rail first, but to my opinion, it looks pretty tough without trying to swerve your cue ball. Yeah, he's gonna roll out to possibly a jump here. And most of the guys won't
pass this up.
Yeah, most of the guys won't. I mean, if there's position available, I don't blame Eric for passing it though, trailing 2-1. I mean, Masato's got to.
Well, he's got to reach over a little bit. Not much, but kind of come over.
Well, he's got to draw position. That's the one thing. The 2-5 is playable though, like if the cue ball gets turned loose down the table. So just doesn't want to get pinned over there behind the 7 or the 3 is what kind of looks like to me may happen.
Masato is a Predator sponsored player. So
yeah, he's got a shot on the 2, but no picnic, George.
No. This is being played on diamond tables with the Predator Arcadia Cloth, the arena lights, the Arco balls, all Predator, and the new triangle rack. The bridges and the chalk is also Predator. The shot clock starting to go off. He's got a few seconds left, and he rushed the shot a little bit and hung it up.
Yeah, it was difficult. I think if he shoots the 2 towards the pocket, I think he's flirting with a scratch going through the 5 in the side pocket. And position wasn't easy. You could see that. I think the 6 is tied up on the 9 possibly, so some trouble there.
Sure does.
The 5's near though. So I think get the run started here. He's going to have to pinch the cue ball back here for position on the 4, but with the 5 near. He doesn't seem too concerned about the 6, though, does he?
No, not yet. I guess he figures he's. Well, I wasn't sure he'd be able to get just right. He got just right on that, didn't he?
Yeah,
Sure
nice
looks
stroke.
like it. Yeah,
Well,
nice
the
stroke
stroke
on the
has
ball.
calmed down a lot since game number 1.
Yeah. During the break, he kind of motioned up to the booth. I know Eric, and he motioned up to the booth, and he's feeling a little nervous, but he was glad he got that first game. And it looks like he's going to end up in a pretty good. Well, no, it took off on that last rail.
Yeah, and I'm just curious what he's got here.
I'd be trying to go around.
Well,
between the 8 and the 10, hit the side rail and then go between the 8 and the 10.
I'm just not sure he has a pocket doing that, but
Does he have a pocket down in the corner, lower
Efren
right-hand corner?
Efren would go 5 rails and break this out. He'd cut this in and go 1, 2,
Yeah,
between the 8,
it's
10
there.
to the side
It's
rail,
there.
up to the top rail, and it's laying actually kind of perfect actually to do so, especially on the slick felt where it'll lengthen on you a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, he's trying to coast to a safety position, maybe.
Well, that's why I asked if the 6 would go by the 9 to the corner pocket on the bottom right-hand corner.
Now he's looking at, is he looking at a bank combination here? A combination bank? It's laying pretty nice to hit the bottom side of the 6, let the 6 go the bottom rail off the 9 and bring the cue ball a couple rails behind the 7. That's laying pretty nice to do, pretty natural.
I was actually looking at the way he's hitting this and trying to get the cue ball behind the 7. But he's just going to try to get behind the 9, just like that. Oh.
Shot clock started to
beep on him?
Make a little noise.
Yeah, keep in mind, folks, there's a 30-second shot clock. The player does have a 20-second extension. Each player has one extension during a rack. We are at the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino, and we have this is CueSports International Expo. We missed that one too. Wow, that clock's got him again.
Yeah, and you know, we've all done this, and we do it too often. Sometimes when you're close on a ball, whether or not you can think you could have enough to see it to make it, you actually hit it on the thick side, not thinking you could hit it there. You know, like, oh, I'm partially snookered. Well, that's a nice bump on the 8 to open the 8.
And it just made that rack easily runnable. Because if the 8 ball still, well, he would have been able to stop it on the corner, on the side rail there, and play to the lower right-hand corner. This makes it a little easier for him. And that's that new cloth making it easier for him.
Yeah, nothing easy here, though. Easy shot on the 8, but he's going to have to take a bit of a shot on the 9 unless he wants to move the cue ball, maybe draws it back for the side. Now, that's doable because the 10's very available. So, coming back for the side, not the word. Ooh, scoop the ball.
And I think he was playing to go back for the side.
Yeah, that was a sign, a little sign of nerves there.
Yeah, he kind of dropped the
got
shoulder.
a little quick and you kind of break down a little bit.
Keep in mind, this is the second event of the Predator U.S. Pro Billiard Series events. There's 5 of them. We just had one in Arizona. This is the second one here in Las Vegas. Then we'll go to Michigan, Ohio, and then Puerto Rico before the end of the year. And points count. Each winner will be entered into the Predator World 10 Ball in March of 2022. And Masato takes his 3rd game in a race to 4. And that's 4 games completed, and it's 3-1. Again, John Lehman racking the balls on that new Predator rack. We were exposed to that back in Arizona a couple months ago. You see the sponsors right across the bottom. On the top of your screen there, you have CueSports International, the Arcos balls, the Arcadia Cloth. This is also part of the BCA World Championships, the USA Pool National Championships. And then we'll have the Predator World 10 Ball right after this one, starting on the 6th of September. And that's 64. It's an invitational 64 players from around the world. And that's why a lot of them are in this tournament to get used to the equipment and these diamond tables and the Predator cloth and the newer Arco balls.
Well, just a couple months of incredible pool. I think it started last week with the Texas State 9-Ball Championships. This week with the Diamond, Predator World 10-Ball, U.S. Open coming up after that. Lots of big news. Now he's made a ball on the break. A lot of heavy congestion in that upper left-hand corner, but he's got a great shot on the 1. Not sure he can get to the 4 here in a little bit to play maybe a kiss shot on the 7, but we'll see. He may go into some balls here. Hard to get snookered with such an open table.
He was able to avoid the 8-9. I thought he might come into the 8.
Well, he's gotten perfect here, either to shoot it in the corner and come 3 rails to drop on that left side rail below the 9, or cut it in the side and go 3 rails and drop on that. He's got an option here.
The side off, it's a thin cut. I kind of like the one to the corner and going up towards the 5 with the cue ball.
Go ahead.
Give yourself a safety position for the 4.
Yeah, I thought he might squeeze this in between the 4 and 9. It looks like he can draw 2 rails and get on that kiss shot. Now he's going for that side I was talking about. This lays natural too. Bottom cushion, side cushion, top cushion just drift up towards the 9. Oh, he hit it really hard. Not sure why he hit it so hard. That's kind of like those decisions that I worry about at times for some players in these races to 4. You're up 3-1. Kind of a loose play there, in my opinion, trying to create something off of that 3 ball. You want to stay in control in that position. 3-1 will fool you, make you think you have a little bit of room for error as far as the score line.
I totally agree. I'm thinking in terms of some players. They want that hero shot, that real nice breakout, and they feel that 3-1 gives them a cushion to play a shot like that.
Yeah, and quite honestly, Masato's a little favorite here, so can't let the score line plus a little bit of knowing he's a favorite in the match affect him on decisions. I think it was Federer that we saw go for a bit of a loose kiss shot in Arizona, and it led to a shootout with him and Michael Yednick.
His very first match.
And could have got beat, so.
Sure. Yeah, Michael happened to miss the very last spot shot.
Right.
Federer completed his 4, and Michael missed the last one. Otherwise, it could have been a different story in Tucson.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about in the first rack of this match here is, you want to get loose, of course. You got to get loose with the arm, but kind of like play a little snug with the brain at times, I guess.
Yeah, it's just...
that's going to be too much there. And the overhit's been Eric's problem so far when he's made a mistake. Does he take on the bank here? You know him.
Does he? I think he has to. Or is he going to roll right up against that 9?
Well, he's hitting high ball, so it looks to me he wants to stay offensive. Oh, he cut it. Well, the 9's going to get to the bottom rail a little bit on him there. Nice. What a nice thin hit there, though. Not so sure he can ease this in and hold position down the table. This looks awfully thin here.
Oh, it's
just to come 1 rail.
As thin as you can hit a ball here. And the cue ball is going to track towards the side or the corner. Yeah, he hit it pretty thick.
Corner pocket.
It's headed a little short of it.
Okay. So a little bit of a breather for Eric, knowing he's left a tough shot.
Oh, yeah. This is one of those shots where you just looks like a scratch to either pocket.
Yeah, it looks like he beats it if he cuts it to the right.
To the right, yeah.
Yeah. Looks like natural position if he makes it. He may have been playing the overcut here.
His speed on the cue ball is perfect. I mean, for the safety or the make for position on the 10. Well, this is a tough one. Do you go for the cut or you think about banking? The safety
I don't
is.
like the cut. The cut doesn't look like it has position to
I
me.
don't like any one of the three choices he has.
He's going to bump the 10 available a little more too, so going to give up ball in hand and most likely cost him set number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Eric improved as the set went, though. I know it's hard to talk about that after, missing the entire 9 ball there.
Well,
but I think that was just a bit of a decision more than the execution. I think that was just a little thin to take on the cut, George.
yeah, I thought so too. I didn't like any part of it, but he's going to have to do better in set number 2 because this one is over, 4-1. Masato won the first set, 4-1. Eric has had his opportunities to really stay in that set, but he was faced with some tough shots. He can still take it to a shootout, though, if he wins this set. And I would so love to see a shootout, the opening match of this tournament on the live stream.
Well, one rule we're playing different than we'll play later at the Predator World 10 ball is that 10 ball you see in front of the 5. You can have early winners in the Vegas Diamond on the 10, so you got to call it, of course. But so he's got to kind of slow roll this in a little bit, and he put some left English on there, so he's pretty comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't back off of anything about that.
If he gets good on this 4 ball, this game's over.
He needs an angle. I think he would stun clear. May play straight and draw the cue ball. Kind of got in between a little bit. Can't quite draw up underneath the 9 unless speed's perfect.
Got to come over by the side pocket for position on the 4.
That's right. Looks like he moved it easily. Pretty ideal here. Just stay clear of the 6.
Yep.
Don't lose the cue ball in any side or corner pocket. Nothing about perfect here. Just get up table with the cue ball, right, George?
Yeah, just get up about where it's at. In that line, and he got there. He got
by the
cleared
6.
He navigated that area very well. And this is for a winner for the first game of this set. Navigated that rather well. Great win for the first. That's the way to start the first match, or the first match. Might have lost the first set, but he's got the second one coming.
Yeah, he got time at the table in the first set, so.
Fantasy football champ. 41-year-old out of Chandler, Arizona. Coming to Las Vegas, vying for that first prize. This big tournament. He wasn't in Tucson, which surprised me that he wasn't there. He did not play in Tucson. And game number 2 of this second set.
Eric's going to break the balls from place most do.
Oh, he had that 3 ball going towards the side pocket, but it went a little high. But he made 2 balls.
Yeah, and didn't take much time breaking them either.
No.
He was just down on it for a second.
Yeah, he seems to be, doesn't have much on the 1 ball, nothing offensive.
Yeah, I think he's fully snookered here
Mm-hmm.
by the 9, so he's got a little room to roll out with the 3 covering up the 1 a little bit.
Where do you like rolling out here, Jeremy?
I'm sure it's got to be up table somewhere.
Just go ahead and, well, that's going to put him up against the 3 ball. I think Masato will just follow this ball and try to lay that cue ball on top of the 3, won't he?
I think so. From that distance, it's not easy.
No, it's not. It's a roll. He's got to roll it soft.
Yeah, there's something that he doesn't like. Maybe is the 7 ball involved in this shot? Did the 7 get in the way?
He's got a full shot at the 3. I mean, at the 1. He's got a full ball.
Okay, we'll see.
Maybe
If
he can't hit
does
the
he
inside
cross
of it.
this maybe, or does he follow it and put the 1 behind the 10? Yeah, like that, or try to get it up table.
I think he tried to hold it behind the 3 on the side. I'd have tried to just roll that 1 ball straight down and roll my cue ball on top of the 3.
Yeah.
but that is, you're rolling the ball real soft, and anything can happen.
Now it looks like the 2 goes by the 5, so I wouldn't have to try and get for the 2 in the side here with this angle on the 1, just because there's a lot of traffic there, and may still do so, but
there's that clock. It's hurt him on a couple occasions. It didn't hurt him there, but he got nice on the deuce for the corner, and
just draw back between the 9-7, huh?
yeah, exactly. Right where he's, just get back to where he's at, and he's on the 3.
He's looking to see if he holds, but right there, how much angle on the 3 that is. But I think he'll want to pinch this back.
I totally agree. I think that's going to be too steep of an angle for the 5 if he just holds it there. No, he held it right there.
Yeah, and, you know, it's not too bad, and it's natural to come between the 8-9 now. He doesn't have to really manipulate the cue ball. He's just got to pocket the 3 and capture the correct speed.
And
so
that he did. He made it look easy.
Yeah, and that's a good little tutorial for you players out there. You can just hold the cue ball and take on the shot rather than having to move it from one shot to the next. That's makes things a lot easier.
Especially on this newer cloth that really grabs. You put a little, what you think is a 8-inch straw, and turns out to be a 16-inch straw. And now you're behind a 7 ball.
Yeah, and even on the other side of that, you know, when you know it's slick, sometimes you'll let up on it and you won't get the draw you want.
That's correct. That's
okay. Just pocketing the 7 really should put him in place to tie what will be set number 2 at 1 apiece. He can go into the 10 maybe here, maybe goes by the 10. It's a little funny, I think. Could have used a little less angle on the 8.
Yeah, he'll be okay, but I'm wondering if he's just going to try to avoid the 10 altogether.
Just pinch
a little bit. Yeah. If he goes up too high, he has the 9 in the corner. But I kind of like rolling into the 10. But you know, when you're bumping balls, you don't have to hit it just right.
Yeah, just as long as he stayed off the rail with the cue ball, though, I think it's hard to really have a huge mistake.
But it's funny how that 1 inch.
Is he letting the stroke go now? He doesn't like.
Yeah, he just wanted to avoid it completely.
He was trying to come for the corner. Got a little more angle on the 9 than he wants, but he may have to move this cue ball past the side now. 3 rails, George.
I actually like that shot because the cue ball comes very natural right to about where it's at.
Yeah, speed's got to be good though. I mean, you're drawing it, right? So anytime you're drawing it, like here, you're putting more.
He's coming around, yeah.
Yeah, you're putting more into the cue ball because it's necessary to do so to draw the cue ball. So speed a little tougher to capture. Huge 10 ball here though.
Yes, and not easy, but he cut that, what was it, 3 ball that he cut over real well? Kind of close to the same.
A bit steeper here.
Yeah, this is steeper. Just a good cut.
Oh, hit it sweet.
Right down the middle. Leading tied at 1 in the second set, leading 1-0 over Eric Charlton. Breaking the balls here in this race to 4. If he races to 4, if he wins this set, it closes out the match. If Eric can find a way to win this set, we go to the spot shot shootout.
Well, Eric's going to try and find a way to get a shot this game.
Sure does.
With a successful break and a great shot on the 1. Looks like the 5 is a little tied up, but does play. And maybe not. The way he's looking at maybe the 5, 7, 8, some kind of way. I thought the 5 played in the lower left.
It looks like it does. From the monitor, it looks like it does. And even, especially if you look at the table, it looks like it plays.
Yeah, so.
And the 4's in a good spot to come up towards the center of the table for the 5. So these 2 balls, this opening shot here, then the deuce and the 4, it opens up pretty nice.
He's a little close to it, a little bit of an angle, but not hard to hold with the straight draw here.
Especially on this slick table.
Oh, wow. He overcut it a little bit and still held it easily. That overhead definitely tells me that the 5 definitely plays in the what would be the lower, you know, upper left-hand corner if you're looking at the screen right now. May even play in this, you know, opposite side pocket, opposite the 8. there's a few areas there, maybe hard to get position. He's short here though.
Yes,
This is
he
going to
is.
hurt.
Because well, if it plays to the side, this is where he's going to want to play it, it looks like. Because he's got
Yeah,
a little bit of an angle on the 4.
the 9's a
He's going to
big
look
ball
at it. Yeah,
though.
it is. It is. Wow.
Yeah, there's a little area there. I think it does go, and he may have to roll forward and take a thin cut on the 6 if he happens to get on this 5 correctly. But we'll take a look at that here in a shot or two. But still, first things first. Anytime you're trying to push the angle on a shot like this 4 ball, you got to pay attention to it as well. You could see guys rattle this a lot.
Oh, yes.
You know,
yeah,
worrying about position.
Worrying about getting that angle to get that run that cue ball. Uh-oh. He's going to be in a little bit of trouble.
Not the worst of plays, though, considering, you know, because that short race, George, you know, he knows he can play safe from this position. I think it's a playable shot, to be honest with you. And he was never getting snookered on shooting it that way.
Do you think it might go off the 7 of the corner? Would you chance
that? I don't think so. I think he can cut it in with a high ball, is what I think. Kissing the 7, and he may end up kissing the 6 as well in a moment, but oh, he just played the safety. Smart shot. And that's what I meant about the shot on the 4. I thought in this race to 4, the shot on the 4 was a little funny. Make sure nothing really bad happens, like you miss or you get snookered on the 5 or something like that, because you could always play safe, and pretty smart.
Yeah, he is an intelligent player. He I kind of liked his game when I watched it a couple years ago.
And just waits for his opportunity.
And I think his Fargo's come up quite a bit since then too. I don't believe he was this high. I think he's what, 761.
Yeah, and Eric takes this extension. He knows this kick shot is huge, and a treat here in our first match, but a really big treat coming up in our next between Skylar Woodward and Oscar Dominguez.
Yeah. Got to look out for that scratch off that 5 on the bottom rail.
And he caught the 10 coming in. 10 may hang in the side there as well.
Oh boy.
Probably leads towards a little bit of an early win in game number 3 here, set number 2. Possibly a 7-10 combo or 8-10 combo. 8-10. Maybe a kiss shot on the 8-10.
Yeah, this lines up so nice to go up for the 6 and then come and get straight in shot for the corner pocket on the 7.
I was going to say, where he set it up originally, I wouldn't flirt with going by that 7 ball at all myself.
I agree. I like this path better.
Yeah,
much better.
He can catch 2 rails very easily. He can coast down 1 rail and come back for the 7-10 combo, or just play the 7 and the 8-10 combo. May just run out. Who knows? May not flirt with an early win.
You know, it's funny how
hard not to, though, right?
No, I won't pass it up. But if you stop and think, he's got an easy kiss shot off the 8. You know, if he doesn't get back up to where he's at now. But just think, when you think you have easy kiss shots like that, how many times do you follow the ball in?
Oh, right. Yeah, you want to hit it super easy. Yeah. I think you take the draw over and just take a little cut on the 8 into the 10.
Sure. Yeah, that's all you have to do with that. And if you miss this 10 ball, you have no one to blame but yourself.
Yeah, and I wonder, we talked about this a lot in Arizona. You know, he made a ball on the break there, though, so that was great. He made the 3 going 4 rails, but I'm just wondering, you know, you can't be stubborn with the break position here. We talked about it a lot there in Arizona. You got to be quick to change, I think. In these short races.
Well, the thing about it, he hasn't been able to observe his opponent very much as to see how he's breaking and what success he's had. A lot of times in longer matches and things like that, that's one of the things that you should be aware of.
Some of the only information you get on the break besides your own.
Yeah, one of the things to look for, folks, is take a look at the reflection on the balls when the camera work is good, and you'll see those Predator Arena lights. We have 6, 7 of them. 3, Gosh, we have 8 of them above the table. And they just really light up the table and the area.
Hitting him a little harder than he did at the beginning of the match.
Mm-hmm.
And to some success besides trying to find a pocket for this 2-ball. I don't see one.
You know, one of the things I am noticing, and an earlier match in this tournament brought it to mind, is I'm seeing a lot of movement on the 10-ball, where usually in 10-ball breaks we don't see a lot of movement.
Well, you're used to the template. That's why.
Oh, okay. That's
so,
the difference. Gotcha.
Yeah, with the
Gotcha.
triangle rack,
I
you're
knew
going to
you'd
see
have
it
an
a
answer.
little bit more often,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Good.
I like dropping him behind the 4 here, putting the 2 behind the 10 and the 9. It looks very natural to me.
It does to him, too.
Yeah.
It,
He didn't get there. Not quite as well as he wanted.
He's going to have to bend this a little bit.
Yeah. Could really have hardly any kick shot, though, if he gets him on that 4-ball.
Mm-hmm.
Really tough to kick at. He's going to have to bend this, like George said, and elevate the cue. Oh, he can do it with just right spin. He can get to that rail with just right spin. Trying to go up table with the cue ball.
That was actually a pretty creative shot to hit it rail first, and the ball's almost on the rail. Go ahead and play into it. That was a nice shot.
Yeah, on that shot there, you just want to ease across towards the 5 with the cue ball. I think he needed to put a little more speed in it just to get the contact on the 2. So that straight draw kind of pinch shot is a shot that Japanese have always excelled at.
Going for his extension on his cue. He is a Predator sponsored player, so he plays with strictly Predator equipment, and he's got a nice setup. The glove.
I'd like that to have gone a little more just to ease on the stretch of the body here, but may go lefty.
We're playing cue ball fouls. No, we're playing all ball fouls. Excuse me. So he's got to be careful.
And that's going to go a bit
Against the rail. Wow.
So no real way to get out now. It doesn't appear with the 6. He's going to be thin on the 6.
Nope.
Hard to hold for the 7.
He gets out here. He's going to have 3 hard shots in a row. This one, the 6 ball, and getting on the 7.
I wonder if he's even taking this on. It looks like he is. Just rolled it in, but again, like, where are you going now with the cue ball, George?
Yeah, that's what I said. He's gonna have a great hard shot here, because the bank on the 7. You either go for the corner bank or you try to play shape for the side bank, which means he'd have to come up and down.
And it's a little thick to come up and down too.
It is.
It's too thin to hold, thick to come up and down.
Yeah.
Safety isn't the greatest.
Do you like the extension, of course, but trying to put the cue ball behind the 8, will that kiss?
Yeah, it looks like to me.
It looks like a kiss, yeah.
Not only a kiss, but it's
a big pocket too.
Yeah.
It's very dangerous. No, I see that, but if I'm going to win this game, I
think he's just got to put all his efforts into pocketing this and possibly getting the bank on the 7.
Well, he pocketed it.
Did he hold? No, he didn't hold for the cross side. That's the one he would have liked to have had.
Yes, the cross side is much easier in this cross corner.
This is a 9-ball player's bank, though.
Yeah. So also a 1-pocket player's bank.
Yeah, they're all banks for the 1-pocket players, right?
But yep. Not to the side.
No, but this bank here just seems to the top 9-ball players now. He's hitting it with a higher ball, it looks like. But the 9-ball players seem to knock this in a lot.
Yeah. You could see the concern on Eric Charlton's eyes.
Well, now he's
back
feeling pretty good about it.
He's much better about it. That was a good shot of Eric, and you could see the concern on his eyes. You know, this is the kind of shot you want to go up and down with, and he did. But with that 9-10 there, it could easily turn into trouble. But he hit that very, very nice.
Yeah, just a few steps away. Now that needs to slow down a little bit.
Wow.
And it's been the overhit. So that's just a little bit of nerves flowing, adrenaline. But he's got a few shots here from tying the match at 2, or tying the set at 2 apiece, rather. Oh, nice shot. Nice shot.
Good shot. Should be able to close this out. The only danger is scratching right where his cue is, upper left-hand corner, but I'm sure he's not going to go that far with it. Tied at 2 in a race to 4. Eric Charlton to break the balls. Masato patiently waiting his turn. Keep in mind he's been in this arena before for the Predator World 10 Ball in 2019 and took home a 3rd place finish, so he's comfortable in this arena. Or he was 2 years ago.
Oh,
Great
there.
break.
Yeah, made 3 on the break.
Yeah.
He's got a really good shot on the 1. A little thin. He's got to work the cue ball, I think, a little bit to get shape on the 3. Not so sure he can just hold it with a little outside English, which would be right English here, and come 1 rail towards the 3 on this slick cloth.
Yeah, he doesn't want to bump that 5. I know that.
No, if it goes that way, he'll have to put inside and make the cue ball move that way. So we'll see how he wants to play it. But he'd like to play it real simple here, George. But I don't know. This may leak behind the 6.
Looks like he went with the outside you suggested, and I think he got there.
No, I think that's behind the 6. And that's what I was talking about. The new felt just doesn't check the cue ball quite as much. So... And he overran it. I mean, if he was going to be able to hold it, he had to stay at, you know, maybe by the first diamond up the table, something like that. Got a little look here, though. Oh, he caught a kiss. It may not be that bad, though.
It's going to work out for him. It's going to give it a jump shot, but it's a long one.
Definitely jumping at it.
I like playing my safeties with a little kiss involved.
Well, when you know they're there, you can use them. Not a huge underdog here. Makes it about 40% of the time, probably. Let's up that level a little bit to 50.
Yes, he did. Well, he made that one 100% of the time because he's only going to get 1 shot at it.
Well, and this is where, you know, that 2-2 in this format make you think about shooting at this one. We're just a step away from a shootout here. So, I mean, like this, you normally shoot at this and try and come some 4 rails around for position on the 5, but I think he's going to play the 4 up table like that. Try and use the 7.
And he did.
As a big snooker, and I think it's a wise decision, especially early, first round. Maybe not feeling it just yet to take on some of these tougher shots. And when these guys go to get their equipment, they're going to have to make sure they hustle a little bit unless they plan on using their extension, which is always a smart play.
Smart play to use it, but you don't want to use it unnecessarily.
Right, right. But to know it's there, you know, like he's taking his time there, knowing he has it. He's called the bank on the jump shot. No reason not to. This could fly off the table, though, if he overhits it. Oh, he got it up in the air, that's for sure. Now, decisions.
No 5 ball. He's getting it back from me.
Okay, he can't see the 5, so Eric's going to take it for sure, and no timeout now, so he's going to have to get on with it.
Yeah, it looks like he can see the right side of it.
Yeah, he's going to have to shoot quickly here, though. This shot clock's moving. At 20 seconds now, so should have plenty of time. Now, do you try to make this, I guess? Cut it in?
If you're jumping it, I might try to 3 rail it.
He might bang it around the table as well. Now, I don't know. He had a lot of time left on the shot clock, about 12 seconds, but kind of got down and one-stroked it.
That was a big shot, especially, you know, the juncture of this match is tied at 2 and there's 4 balls left on the table. That was a huge shot.
All right, just don't get over the 7. Probably catches a second rail here, maybe. Okay, he didn't. Just floated perfectly. I thought he may just go ahead and catch that second rail in between the 6-7 and come out, but
he would have been in the drink with that line.
Yeah, with the line he had there.
With the line he had there, yeah. but he actually handled it very, very well. And I mean, this couldn't be handled any better. Those last 3 shots.
And it's early in the tournament, folks. You're going to see some phenomenal pool early, but a lot of times you're going to see the guys getting used to the tables, conditions, understanding the format. You know, may tighten them up a little bit at first until they get used to it as well. So, like most, you know, the pool tournaments, you'll see your best pool as the tournament goes on.
Oh, sure. As they get more acclimated to the equipment, the climate inside the building. We're at the back of the grand ballroom at the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino. And there's, you know, quite a few, about 5,000 amateur players walking around, stopping in to see the pros play. We have tables on the side of the arena, and that's full of spectators. People are standing to watch their favorite pros play. Alex Pagalayan, as I look out, I can see him playing over on the right. Can't see them on the left.
Yeah, when the teams come in a few days, it'll
get really jam-packed,
load up.
Yeah, we've got 44 of the top Fargo-rated top 100 players in the world here in this tournament. So pretty close to half the field has a Fargo of over 772.
May take on this bank here. There's a little safety involved, plus position with the 3 hanging. So, yeah, I would.
You like banking? I like banking at this ball.
Yeah, I like banking it. Sits nice. Looks to me like he can play underneath the 7 or the 6 with the cue ball.
If the speed's halfway decent, the pocket plays bigger.
A little bigger, yeah, from this angle. Could catch a little bit of the rubber coming in. I caught it a little heavy, and it needs to slow down as well.
Yeah, it's leaked up.
Yeah, nothing easy, though, for Eric.
No.
And really his winner side life, you might say, is on the line.
Yes. Yeah, this is the key shot. This is the key to the rack. Pretty close to it.
He's gone to the jump cue, so he is a little bit snookered. Jumped the table on the last one, or fouled, rather. I'm sorry. Didn't jump the table, he fouled. Well, caught the ball coming in.
Proximity of the 1 ball to the rail may lead to a jump off the table here, too. No,
he's going to scratch, maybe. Oh, a little unfortunate.
Oh, no, wow.
Yeah.
Well, things are looking a little dim for Eric Charlton, as Masato will maneuver his way around this table.
Now, this is an interesting way to look at this rack. I kind of like playing the 4 in the lower right myself, leading to the 5, where the 3's at. I like coming above the 7 here because I don't know if I'd have got that much angle on the 3, but the reason being is any angle you fall on here is going to be a good one on the 4 to get to the 5, I believe. Not any angle, but it's probably going to be that. Ooh, that came off sharp. That's a mistake there. And he's going to get fortunate to have this come across angle to come between the 8 and 10 and play the 5 in the same corner. But that's why I wouldn't have played so thin on the 3. I think I would have played. I like the way he mapped it.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. For the right-hand corner pockets.
Yeah, because that leads you toward a 5 easier. He didn't figure to get behind the 4 here. All right, just needs a little inside English. Nice shot. Got to go a little though. Should be good.
Well, yeah, that pretty much pocketing this ball here.
Just come straight up, huh?
Yeah, and avoiding the 10 should be able to close out the rack.
Yeah, don't overthink it. This is something you train with all the time, just hitting your line of the cue ball coming up the table. Could put inside if he wants, but I wouldn't. Yeah, just like that.
Looking pretty good here. But, you know, the first game and the last game are the toughest to win. Now he wants to be a little bit on the inside of the 8 so he can just follow down for the 9 in the same corner pocket as the 8. Or be close to where he's at now. But I like following this ball.
Yeah, he should
to the
track.
left.
He should track a little closer to the 8, maybe, but maybe not. Okay, he was straighter than the camera told us right
Okay.
there, so that's why he just kept it simple. Looks like Yoshioka is going to advance here with these 3 down. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, one heck of a match between 2 of the top Americans coming up next, Oscar Dominguez and Sky Woodward.
And they're both in that top 100.
Well, Eric Charlton's just going to have to shake this off and remember the good things from this match.
He's got a lot of pool to play. He'll be. Oh, whoa! I thought that was
Ooh.
catching the corner there. I thought
It did.
it did catch the corner.
A few more days, that may not fall.